Good afternoon, and welcome to my daily broadcast. Hi, my name is Barry Selby. I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert, helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion for the divine feminine, which is why I love serving women to have the best in life and love. Today's topic is part of a series that started 4 days ago when I started realizing that Valentine's Day was coming up. I need to talk about this, particularly to the singles out there. In case you haven't joined me before, these are my daily Facebook Live messages. I do this every day. This is number 257. You've missed some of these, but always love them. Thank you. I'm glad you can catch them live. I appreciate you being here, Lacey. Nice to see you. If you haven't seen these before, for those people who don't know me, I do this broadcast every day. They're called Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. This is number 257. Wow. I think we're going to go for a full year. We'll see what happens. Daily Facebook Lives. And this one is, in a way, the culmination and the distillation of what I was talking about the last 3 days, which were days 4, 3, 2, no, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. Yes, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, in case you're wondering. And so I wanted to do what I'm just calling, simply put, the Singles Survivor's Guide. Because Valentine's Day is funny. A lot of people I surveyed, I did a post this morning on Facebook as, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. How does that make you feel? And a lot of people just went, meh. Another day, don't care about it. Those in relationship were saying, well, every day is Valentine's Day, which is wonderful. But I really got a lot of people responding that were pretty much the same page I was. Some people said, I didn't even realize it was tomorrow. And why I did my countdown starting on day 4 days out on Saturday was because I didn't realize it was this Wednesday. And I'm a relationship coach. I should know this stuff. So I was talking yesterday and the day before about what it's like being single on Valentine's Day and the trap and the challenge of Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day has become a hallmark occasion. It's not a real holiday because we don't have a day off for it. And it's also not a specifically important day in your social or relational calendar. But somebody at Hallmark, for example, wants to make it one. Hence the proliferation of chocolates, hearts, red drapery, candies, roses, etc., etc. So, if you're single let me put it this way. If you recently became single, Valentine's Day might be a hard time for you because you may have spent past Valentine's Day with your partner in love and had a wonderful time, and tomorrow may bring up painful memories. So I want to speak to that partly and also talk to those of us, me included, who have been single on more than one Valentine's Day, because truth be told, it is just another day. It's a Wednesday. Whoopee. Somebody else put in my broadcast in my post when I talked about it. So how to survive Valentine's Day as a single person? You can bury your head in the sand and ignore yourself and close the drapes, put on Netflix and spend the whole day doing that. I don't recommend it, but that's one option. The other option is to spend your day moping around, comparing yourself against all your friends who are in loving relationships that are married and everything else, because first of all, that's not constructive. Secondly, it's quite possible the relationship you see from the outside is not the relationship they have on the inside, and that's a whole other topic I might touch into here, we'll see. But thirdly, it doesn't serve you, which is really the previous 2 points distilled. Valentine's Day is in some ways a reminder, if nothing else, or an indication that it's important to love. And I'm not saying who yet. Because it's so easy to get caught up in everyday life and distractions and all this sort of things, where Valentine's Day can be a marker, a reminder, a calendar note to go, oh yeah, I should remember to love, even though hopefully it happens more than once a year. The challenge with that is that we think Valentine's Day is meant to be about Cupid throwing an arrow at somebody else, see if we're in love with them and everything's happy ever after, which is, well, one, it's fantasy because there is no Cupid. Sorry. If you're attached to that, I'll burst your bubble. And secondly, it's all an illusion anyway. The key for Valentine's Day for me, the one biggest thing I'll tell you right now, put up front before I get any deeper, Singles Guide to Survival on Valentine's Day is the person to love is the one in the mirror. Now, obviously. I did a whole bunch of these last year, where I was talking about different ways of doing self-love practices to love yourself, and I said, pretty much every broadcast for a while, to do 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, looking in the mirror, tell yourself I love you, so that you feel it and you receive it and you grow in the love for yourself. Tomorrow would be a good day to practice that, if no other day. So self-love is a highly recommended practice. And I don't mean it, well, my mind went there, so maybe yours did too, in a sexual point of view. If that's where you're getting love for yourself, if that works for you, go for it. I'm not going to stop anybody doing that. I'm not promoting that as an option, though. Although I just did, I guess. But what I am speaking about, though, is doing things for yourself that are caring, compassionate, and loving. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time that you gave yourself a break? That you forgave yourself for something you did? Let yourself off the hook for something you didn't do right or perfectly? These are the things you can do that are self-loving. They aren't about, okay, I'm going to love myself by taking a bubble bath. I'm talking about loving you as a person, as a whole, complete, divine being in the world that deserves love, that receives love, and that can express love. And sometimes we shortchange ourselves because we look around on Valentine's Day, all the couples out there thinking that we don't measure up. And that's bullshit. Let me be clear about that. I think you got my point. Truly, whether you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, it doesn't make a difference of who you are. It may make a difference in what you do, but who you are is whole and complete as you are. And I've talked about this before, about relationships being not 50-50, but 100-100. When you're single, you're not walking around as half a person. You're a whole person. So embrace your wholeness, embrace your fullness, and recognize that you are valuable, that you're loving, that you're cared for, and that you're appreciated, whether or not you're in a relationship. All that person can do in a partnership is reflect back to who you are. And in some ways, a mirror can do that better because it's more neutral. So self-love absolutely is one of the primary things that you can do as an individual if you're single on Valentine's Day and every day to make your personal support system strong, to make your make yourself a priority in your own life. Because many of us, and I've done this myself, have made other people a priority in our lives, not ourselves, which is really an error in approach, and is also a finite way of expressing energy. Because if you're busy caring for somebody else, you end up burning out in there. So, self-love primary is a primary focus. I think I've made that point. I've driven it home clearly, powerfully. Another thing to do on Valentine's Day is, if you want to do this, and it's not a requirement, but some people have done this and it's fun to do once in a while, is take yourself out on a date. Yes, take yourself out on a date. Go out and treat yourself nice, whether it's dressing up nice, putting on, for women, well, some men too, do your hair and makeup, the heels, dress up nice and take yourself out. And if you want to go out for a meal, although in LA right now, pretty much every good restaurant is charging a premium for Valentine's dates, and they don't allow singles to go there even. They're kind of controlling that stuff. But if you do something like that, which is a way of nurturing and loving yourself out in the world, for some people it's a big stretch, I know, so I'm not saying you have to do this. It's an invitation. But to really just enjoy yourself on a date with you. One, you may discover things about yourself, which may include things like enjoying your own company, like maybe you haven't done that before. It also may attract attention from possible dates out there. Not saying that Valentine's Day is a day to go hunting. There's an opportunity to be visible. But to be visible can be very self-reflective in experience. So if you want to do that, take yourself on a date. That's another option. Third thing, this is a cautionary piece. I saw 3 articles today, one of which was an FBI warning about the targeting of lonely hearts by scam artists. Now, none of you have dealing with them, no, but just as a cautionary tale, because it does affect us in other levels. There are scam artists, is the word they're using social media, using dating apps to prey on lonely-hearted people. So, and paying the price for it. Like they basically would call, they get into phone calls very quickly and then say that they were trouble in their family, or they got a wound, a hospitalized child, and can you pay them money? And then they scam you money. That's how it works, apparently. The third key, which I'm coming back to, so trust me on this one, is take care of, well, this is in Wake Reflection number 1. I talk about self-love, self-care, self-respect. Do that in a way that when you see things around you, you become aware where it's aligned in truth and where it's a falsehood. One of the gifts of being really in alignment with yourself, in your own integrity, your own heart, your own loving, is you very clearly can sense the truth in other people. It's called intuition in some ways. But the reality is it's a sensitivity that we all have when we develop it. Okay, I'm going to go there now. sometimes I'm being led in these talks, so bear with me. A little sidebar for a second about how our internal makeup is. Our mind, our brain, is a great servant but a poor leader, and its energy field is only about, I think, something like about a foot outside of our head in terms of the influence it has and the sensitivity it has. This is heart math stuff, by the way, in case you're wondering where it comes from. Our heart, by the way, has a field that goes out 15, 20 feet around us. So when we meet people, before we even touch hands or connect with them, before we see them, we'll feel their energy pretty quickly. For many of us, though, that energy field has been detuned and desensitized and put down, not being used, not respected. So your ability to trust other people is not honed or refined. If you do what I suggested in the first practice, which is self-love, self-appreciation, self-care, what you start doing is actually you start opening up your heart's sensitivity. And I don't mean sensitive to being hurt, but sensitivity to be aware. So that when you're out in the world, whether it's Valentine's Day or any other day, and you meet people out in the world, and you can use, and this happens online too, is your intuition, which is really your heart's wiring, your heart's sensitivity, will become stronger and more accurate. Now, when that's working, your radar, as it were, instead of being this far out from your head, is about 25 feet out from your body. So you'll pick up things more quickly. So you'll be able to take care of yourself more. You'll also find who you can trust more readily. And if you look at the people you've known in the past, you can pretty much, most of the time, can tell that you had a feeling about them before you really knew them, if they were good or bad for you. This is true in romantic relationships, business relationships, social relationships, anywhere. Because it's your own radar, if you want to put it that way, to pick up on the people. So that's number 3, is really to trust in that place and use that as your sensitivity model. What else do I want to talk about? I think what else there is. There's a few more I know. I remember talking about them before in my head. One option you can also do for tomorrow, and this is going to sound very silly, is just treat it as a Wednesday. Just enjoy the day and be neutral, or should say be open to see what happens. So you don't go out with expectations, except you may want to have an expectation of a good experience when you're out in the world doing what you're doing. It is a weekday, it's a business day for most people who work 9 to 5. So just be open to the positivity of the day. Not romantic love necessarily, especially at work. That's a whole other conversation about the work-based relationships and the Me Too conversations. So I'm not going to go there, not this talk anyway. But enjoy the day as a place of playfulness, of light-heartedness, and of openness to what's possible. If you bring that to Valentine's Day, and you find it actually works for you, take it then to Thursday, and to Friday, and beyond. As in, make this a way of life. All the things I'm teaching you and sharing this survivor's guide, as I call it, are really tools for living life more powerfully, more effectively, more enjoyably, every day of the year. What a surprise. This talk is never going to be just about one thing. It's always going to expand beyond it. It's kind of the way they go. Even though this is 257, number 257 in my series of talks, they always tend to have more to it than just what I put in the title. Let me summarize with this. So I'm feeling that there's not another point coming through yet, unless it appears that shows up. Valentine's Day is a great day to remember that love is a priority. I wish it was every day of the month, every day of the year, or at least one day a month, but it's one day a year right now. So Valentine's Day for me is an opportunity to remember that love is a priority. Not marketed, not a commercial thing, but a resonant place inside and resonating place to speak to other people. So my invitation to you, my wish for you, is to surround yourself with loving people who get you, who respect you, who appreciate you. Do the same for yourself by loving yourself, appreciating yourself, and honoring who you are. Because when you do that, the whole of the rest of the world will change. So Valentine's Day may be just the one day tomorrow, and I'm going to do something tomorrow. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. These talks are never planned ahead, really. But if you do this every day, if you make your self-love, your self-respect, self-appreciation a priority, you begin to create a very firm foundation of trust that will bear out. It will work for you in your daily life, and especially if you go into a new relationship, keep building it. Because your true power comes from residing in your love, and your true ability to serve your partner comes from that overflow. So your own self-regard, self-appreciation is the guide to which you can have a magnificent relationship. So those of you who are single, because some of you watching, they're in a relationship, I know, if you're single, it starts inside. It's an inside job. That's one of the things I've talked about quite a lot in my broadcasts and in my book, and it's kind of my secret message. But loving yourself and appreciating yourself is the place it starts at. So tomorrow is Valentine's Day. If you're single, I wish you a day where you really start to get how amazing you really are, how you love yourself, appreciate yourself, and deserve the best, which means don't settle for anything unless it's the best. I think you got my point. Thanks for joining me and watching my broadcast today, by the way. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to post them below. And if you have any questions or want support in the area of love and relationships, please reach out to me. This is my passion, my work, my service, my business. And tomorrow's talk, I don't know what it's going to be yet. It is a Valentine's Day special tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I have been offering a special access to one of my online programs because of it's Valentine's Day. And if you want to know about that, reach out to me. I'm not marketing through the broadcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, because it'll be there later, you can send messages over YouTube to me. And if you're on Facebook, you can message me over social media here. That is about it. This is number 257, by the way, in an ongoing series of talks. I do these every day. If you haven't watched my previous broadcasts, you can find them on my business page on Facebook, which is barryselby.author. On my YouTube channel, which is Barry Selby, click on the Messages from the Masculine, or on my website, which is barryselby.com, and you click on the video blog. That's going to change soon. I'm looking to build out a whole different blog structure. We'll see what happens. But also on my website, there's tons of content you can read, review, view, listen to. It's all the senses. And if you want help, you reach out to me there as well. I do invite you to take this homework to heart. Take it on, use it, love yourself, appreciate yourself. If you're single tomorrow, because anything can happen between now and tomorrow. I'm kidding. But if you're choosing to be single and you are single tomorrow, make it a day of celebration of yourself. Make it a self-love festival. There, that's my homework for you. Start tonight, though, because you got it right here, right now. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate you being with me. I will be back again tomorrow. If you know anybody should watch this, please share it with them. That might just change their lives. Ooh, there's an idea. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.